Okay, this is day 51. This is part 5, and just had a discussion here with Task Force, and she heard my last video, and I want to say that there are people that are out there. We're concentrating on Washington, D.C., obviously, and my kind of street is Pennsylvania Avenue. Every once in a while I go up to K Street. Task Force has a little bit bigger area that she covers in terms of Maryland and Virginia, but there are people in Ohio that have contributed to the effort. There are people in Kentucky that have contributed to the effort, and two people I'd like to kind of single out right now for kind of special recognition. And I don't mean to ever say I want people to go have free drinks in the Maldives and not pay any price for abuse of power, and maybe in some cases causing early death. What I'm trying to show there is I'm not a vindictive plaintiff. I just want the right thing and just want the production of documents. But there are two people that I do want to recognize, and one is Vina Cully. Vina, V-I-N-A, Cully, I believe it's C-U-L-L-Y?
C-O-L-E-Y, I think.
Cully?
Yeah.
C-O-L-E-Y?
I believe so.
Or C-O-L-L-E-Y. But she worked at the Piketon plant in Ohio, the Piketon gas diffusion plant in Ohio. And even though they shut that plant down, I think in 2006, they still did what they call cylinder servicing, which means the UF6 cylinders with the uranium hexafluoride came back there and they were cleaned. And the problem with the Russian uranium, at least what I've understood so far, is that it had a high content of plutonium, which is extremely radioactive, which causes a lot of health problems. So she's currently dying, I believe, of cancer. She's on oxygen and so forth. And so I apologize for any insensitive comments about that, where people have literally paid their life for doing what they can for the people that they worked with. And then there's Gary Vanderboe, I think, in the Paducah plant, and he's going out filming these cylinders being moved. These cylinders, these UF6 cylinders, haven't been moved for years. They've been just kind of thrown to the side, maybe for 10 years in some cases, maybe 5 years in other cases. We don't know exactly. But all of a sudden, now that these news stories are coming out, the lawsuits are coming out, now they're all being moved and hidden. So there are people going out and filming these things, and advocacy groups for different workers. He's been to D.C. with the different attorneys and so forth, but he mainly is in the Paducah area and working with the Metropolis Honeywell victims as well. And again, this idea of this very high plutonium content, we don't know exactly what the angle is on plutonium, but we know if you take this very deadly waste where you get paid a tremendous amount of money to store it, and you ship it to a place like Iran, if Iran did have a breeder reactor and was able to use that plutonium as fuel, you would make money on both ends. Now, would you trust Hillary? Would you trust Hillary to store your plutonium waste and then not sell it at a premium somewhere else? I don't know. You have to make that decision yourself. We don't have the proof of that yet. We just know modus operandi in the past would lead us to believe we need to look further into it.